Hello and welcome back everyone to the one and only BUA Audio Club show. This is Genevieve once again blessing your ears for longer than ever before. So clear your schedules, get comfy, and strap in folks, it's gonna be a wild ride. Those who listen closely to our pilot episode may remember me making a joke about Led Zeppelin, teasing that I would talk about them in a future episode. Well, if you haven't already surmised from the title, the day has finally come where I share some of the greatest hits from the gods of rock themselves. Born in 1968 by a newly ex-Yardbirds member, the legend himself, Jimmy Page, the band started as a pretty uncertain and even daunting project. Page was later joined by a bassist and keyboardist who'd previously worked with named John Paul Jones, no, not the father of the American Navy history buffs, and even later by the then less accomplished drummer John Bonham and singer Robert Plant of musical project Band of Joy. They began performing under the creative moniker New Yardbirds, which was later changed because of a conversation Page had had with Keith Moon, who's the drummer of another fabulous band, The Who. Page had originally intended to start the band with Moon and a few other musicians he knew, but Moon remarked that a project like that would go up, quote, like a lead balloon. In other words, not very well. Liking the imagery but not too keen on the small scale, Page ran with the idea, leading to the iconic name change, Led Zeppelin. As you'll notice, lead is spelled wrong, which is on purpose, worry not, and it's spelled as such to avoid confusion in pronunciation. Lead Zeppelin doesn't sound quite as cool. History lesson aside, this band is not only famous for its extensive lore, so we're gonna kick off this episode with a song from their first album, creatively titled Led Zeppelin. You'll soon notice that the majority of their albums are simply numbered, so I'll be referring to them as such, saying Zeppelin 1, 2, 3, and so on, with, of course, the exceptions of the albums that have titles. So this first song has a bit of a weighted history, but it's just so epic, I feel like it's a good opener for this episode regardless. It was originally written in the 1950s by Ann Bredon, later being performed live by Joan Baez without credit given. When this uncredited version found itself in the hands of Jimmy Page, he assumed it was under public domain and was credited with creating the song on Zeppelin 1. This has since been corrected, and is now credited to Page, Plant, and Bredon. If you've never heard a Led Zeppelin song beyond Stairway to Heaven, or at all, prepare to be blown away, because every note they touch is unique and powerful. They might as well own the song, if you ask me. Hold on to your hats for Babe, I'm Gonna Leave You.
Baby, I'm gonna leave you. I said, baby, you know I'm gonna leave you. I'll leave you when the summertime, leave you when the summer comes a-rolling, leave you when the summer comes along. Baby, I wanna leave you. I ain't joking, woman, I've got to ramble. Oh, yeah. Baby, I've really got to ramble. I can hear it calling me the way it used to do. I can hear it calling me back home.
go away from this place. I gotta get you, yeah. Oh, baby, 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 woman, woman, I know, feels good to have you back again, and I know that one day, baby, it's gonna really grow, yes it is. We're gonna go walking through the park every day, I must say, every day. Really good. You made me happy every single day. But now I've got to go away. When it's calling me, I said that's when it's calling me back home.
Hailing from Zeppelin 3, that was Immigrant Song. Riddled with allusions to Norse mythology, which you should get used to since Zeppelin loves making fantastical references in their music, this song was inspired by the band's trip to Iceland, likening their musical endeavors to the Norse warriors setting out to colonize America. Plant said about the song, quote, "We weren't being pompous. We did come from the land of the ice and snow. We were guests of the Icelandic government on a cultural mission. We were invited to play a concert in Reykjavik, and the day before we arrived, all the civil servants went on strike, and the gig was going to be cancelled. The university prepared a concert hall for us, and it was phenomenal. The response from the kids was remarkable, and we had a great time. Immigrant Song was about that trip, and it was the opening track on the album that was intended to be incredibly different." So remember how I said they love talking about fantasy? You Lord of the Rings fans better listen up for this one. Coming from Zeppelin 2, which, full disclosure, might be my favorite album of theirs cover to cover, this next song is one I've referenced before. I hope at least one person got it. In classic Zeppelin fashion, they once again liken their personal journeys to quests, comparing their pursuit of true love to the epic tale of Frodo. This song talks about their romantic failures and the need to keep moving. Or, should I say, the need to ramble on.
Leaves are falling all around. Time I was on my way. Thanks to you, I'm much obliged for such a pleasant stay. But now it's time for me to go. The autumn moonlight's my way. But now I smell the rain, and with it pain, and it's heading my way. Sometimes I grow so tired, but I know I've got one thing I got to do. I ramble on, and now the time is now. Sing my song, I'm going round the world, I gotta find my girl on my way. I've been this way 10 years till the day. Ramble on, find the queen of all my dreams. Got no time for spreading rumors. The time has come to be gone. And though our health we drank 1,000 times, it's time to ramble on. Way.
little beauty was Rock and Roll from Zeppelin 4. Yes, you just listened to music about music. The whole premise of Rock and Roll, the song, is a yearning to return to rock and roll, the genre. Suffering from writer's block, I think we all know that struggle, the band came up with this song while playing their warm-up song, Keep It Knockin' by Little Richard. Jimmy Page's epic solo was simply him riffing out his frustration with lack of inspiration. I don't know about you, but I can't even fathom how much talent you have to have in your fingertips to create stunning art like that on a whim. This next song is actually from an album with a name! Although it's criminally underrated, I think this track is more than deserving to be on this list. Written mostly by John Paul Jones, this song is about a man trying to evade getting drafted for the Vietnam War. Hailing from the album Physical Graffiti, this is Night Flight.
I received a message from my brother across the water. He sat laughing as he wrote the ends inside. So I said goodbye to all my friends and packed my hopes inside a matchbox, 'cause I know it's time to fly. Oh, yeah, come on, meet me in the morning. Meet me in the middle of the night. Oh, yeah, the morning light is coming. Don't it make you wanna get a feel alright? Ooh, yeah. I just jumped a train that never stops. Somehow, I know I'll never finish paying for my ride. Someone pushed a gun into my hand. Tell me I'm the type of man to fight the fight without inquiry. Oh, yeah, come on, meet me in the morning. Won't you meet me in the middle of the night, 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 yeah. Oh, well, the morning light is coming. I'm gonna make you wanna gotta feel alright. Oh, mama, well, I think it's time I'm leaving. Nothing here to make me stay. Oh, mama, well, it must be time I'm going. I'm knocking down them doors, they're trying to take me away. Please, Mr. Brakeman, won't you ring out there? Leave me loud and clear. Please, Mr. Fireman, won't you ring out there? Tell the people they got to fly away from here. I once saw a picture of a lady with a baby. Something made her have a very, very special smile. We are in the middle of a change and destination. When the train stops, all together we will slide. Oh, come on now, meet me in the morning, won't ya? Meet me in the middle of the night, 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 night. Oh, yeah, everybody know the morning time is coming. Don't it make you wanna feel alright? Yeah, make me feel alright. Fly now, baby. Get that fire, fly now, baby. Hangman, hold it a little while. I think I see my friends coming, riding many a mile. Friends, you get some silver, you get a little gold. What did you bring me, my dear friends? Keep me from the gallows pole. What did you bring me? Keep me from the gallows pole. I couldn't get no silver, I couldn't get no gold. You know that we're too damn poor from the gallows pole. Hangman, hangman, hold it a little while. I think I see my brother coming, riding many a mile. Brother, you give me some silver as you get a little gold. I want till you bring me my brother, keep me from the gallows pole. Brother, I hold you some silver, yeah. I put a little gold, I put a little of everything, keep me from the gallows pole. Yes, I've told you to keep you from the gallows pole. Hangman, hangman, turn your head a while. I think I see my sister coming, riding many a mile, my. Sister, I implore you, take him by the hand, take him to some shady power, save me from the wrath of this man. Please take him, save me from the wrath of this man. Hangman, hangman, upon your face a smile. Tell me that I'm free to ride for many a mile. Oh yes, you got a fine sister. She want my blood to gold. She want my blood to boil it hot. Keep me from the gallows. Yeah. Early bone me silver. And your sister want my soul. But now I laugh and pull so hard. See her swinging on the gallows. Yeah. But now I laugh and pull so hard. See her swinging on the gallows. Swinging on the gallows pole, swinging on the gallows pole, swinging on the gallows pole, swinging on the gallows
From Zeppelin 3, that was Gallows Pole, which is a personal favorite of mine despite its morbidity. The story was originally a poem by Francis James Child called The Maid Freed from the Gallows, although many musicians have put their own spin on it. The story, if you couldn't decipher Plant's vocals, is about a prisoner rallying his friends and family to carry out bribes for him to avoid him being hanged. In some songs it works, in Zeppelin's it doesn't. I definitely recommend reading the poem and listening to the other versions of the song, as it's quite interesting to see the different takes on it. But today is all about Zeppelin, so that can wait until tomorrow. Being a fan favorite, this next song is almost always played at Zeppelin's concerts. Like Immigrant Song, this next track was inspired by the band's travels, this time driving down a, quote, dilapidated road in Morocco. Whether you're hearing it live or just playing the studio recording, this song is indisputably epic. From the album Physical Graffiti, please enjoy Kashmir.
sun burns the ground. And my eyes filled with sand. As I scan this wasted life. Trace, like thoughts inside a dream. Here's the path that led me to that place, yellow desert screen. My Shangri-La beneath the summer moon, I will return again. And the dust that floats high into when moving through Kashmir.
just heard Heartbreaker from Zeppelin 2. I mean, the content of the song is right there in the title. Once again, our boys have loved and lost a woman. Still, though, what more can I say? Songs like this define classic rock as a genre. Heartbroken lyrics, powerful instrumentals, famous and immortal guitar solos. Don't just take my word for it either. This song has been praised to the high heavens by the likes of Steve Vai, Rick Rubin, and even Eddie Van Halen. It was also covered by another favorite band of mine, Nirvana, in 1987. Actually, they covered quite a few Led Zeppelin songs. Kurt Cobain was a huge fan of them in his childhood. All of their covers are definitely worth a listen, but don't worry, we'll get to Nirvana another day. Coming from another album with a name, In Through the Outdoor, this song is about getting stood up. These guys are really unlucky when it comes to love, if you haven't noticed. It's a bit of a different sound from what we've heard so far, but it's just as good. This is Fool in the Rain.
Like a star that can't wait for a night. I hate to think I've been blinded, baby. What can I see tonight? And the warmth of your smile
Spend my days with a woman unkind, smoke my stuff and drink all my wine. Made up my mind, make a new start, going to California with an aching in my heart. Someone told me there's a girl out there with love in her eyes and flowers in her hair. Took my chances on a big jet plane. Never let them tell you that we're all the same. Oh, the sea was red and the sky was gray. I wondered how tomorrow could ever follow today. Mountains in the canyon start to tremble and shake. The children of the sun begin to wake. Watch out. It seems that the wrath of the gods got a punch on the nose and it's starting to flow. I think I might be sinking. Throw me a line if I reach you in time. Meet you up there and the path runs straight. Find the queen without a king. They say she plays guitar and cries and sings. La la la. Ride a white mare in the footsteps of dawn, trying to find a woman who's never, never, never been born. Standing on the hill in the mountain of dreams, telling myself it's not as hard as it seems.
Staying right on theme, that was Going to California from Zeppelin 4, which is about a man starting over in California after a heartbreak, which is actually a perfect segue into Zeppelin's Songs of Hope. So I'm going to talk at you all for a moment before we play our last two tracks, so sit tight. More Zeppelin will be coming to you soon. I'm spinning you some slower songs just to prove the diversity of Led Zeppelin's sound, which is exactly what these last handful of songs have been doing, actually. While it's easy to just feel the music and categorize them as a hard rock band, it's important to remember that Zeppelin has more than one side to them. Music, as it was in Zeppelin's prime, and as I believe it should be today, is meant to be listened to, not just heard. In a time where lyrics that make it to stardom lack challenge or depth, I think there are few bands more qualified than Led Zeppelin to change that narrative. Now, I'm not here to say that every song needs a deep and complex meaning, but when there's nothing stimulating to listen to, what are you left with but boredom and beats? On to the music. The first song you'll hear is a love ballad from the boys to their then wives from Zeppelin 2 called Thank You. Not only are we treated with harmonies in their vocals, which is one of my favorite things to hear in rock music, but we're also given beautifully poetic lyrics that anybody would be lucky to hear. With John Paul Jones rocking the organ, Page on acoustic instead of electric guitar, and John Bonham sort of playing to the beat of his own drum, pun intended, this track remains one of my favorites. Now, the song I'm going to leave you all on is Zeppelin's undoubtedly biggest hit, Stairway to Heaven. Now, I know you've heard it a million times before, and if you haven't, don't tell me because that'll make me sad, but I'll play you a version you might not know. The live version from the soundtrack to their documentary/film, the song remains the same. Now, the song itself is about a woman who's full of greed and cockiness, even if her future is bleak, but as Plant prefaces the performance with, it's not a pessimistic song. Speaking of Robert Plant, I actually have a fun fact about this song to share with you, especially when it's being performed live. Jimmy Page refuses to let anyone else sing it when he performs it, claiming rightfully that no one else can do it justice. Unless Plant is there with him, every performance of Stairway to Heaven will be purely instrumental. Now, speaking of songs that make you think, this track leaves the lyrics up to you. As for the band itself, well, you'll see what their take on it is in a second. But that's all from me today. I hope you came out of this with a newfound or renewed appreciation for Led Zeppelin, and I hope you learned something you didn't know before. May your playlists grow ever longer and your appreciation of music grow ever more. This has been Genevieve with BUAAC. Thank you for listening.
The sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. When mountains crumble to the sea, there will still be you and me. Kind of woman, I give you my of rain, whisper of the pain, tears of love lost in the days gone by. My love is strong, here there is no wrong. Together we shall go until we die. My inspiration is what you are to me. So today my world, it smiles. Your hand in mine, we walk the miles. Thanks to you, it will be done. For you to me are the only one. All right, yeah. Happiness, no more be sad. Happiness, I'm glad. If the sun refused to shine, I would still be loving you. Mountains crumble to the sea. There will still be you and me.
I think this is a song of hope. There's a lady who's sure all that glitters is gold, and she's buying a stairway to heaven. And when she gets there, she knows if the stores are all closed, with a word she can get what she came for. She's buying a stairway to heaven. There's a sign on the wall, but she wants to be sure, 'cause you know sometimes words have two meanings. In a tree by the brook, there's a songbird who sings. Sometimes all of our thoughts are misgiven, and I think you can see that. Then the Bible will lead us to reason, and a new day will dawn for those who stand alone, and the forests will echo with laughter. Does anybody remember laughter? Don't be alone, yeah. It's just a strictly for the making. Yes, The piper's calling you to join him. Dear lady, can you hear the wind blow? As you know, your stairway lies on the whisper wind. Stairway to heaven.